what's this mean to the team? William locked up for 8 more years.
Yeah, it's great. He's a great player, great person. He's obviously had a great season. He's earned every penny.
Why do you think he's been able to come through the way he has this season with the pressures, which I'm sure you can relate to, playing in your final year of your deal?
Yeah, I think that's just him playing his best hockey at an important time. I don't think he overthought it. I think he just wanted to go out there and help his team. And when he's out there feeling it and skating, scoring goals, and making plays and helping the team, it's a good sign.
Seems like he's made a point of not making it something that at least trying not to make it an issue, but not having to hear from reporters asking about questions like that. Is that good to have that out of the way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to make a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be, and I think he handled it well. Obviously, he let his play do the talking, and I don't think it ever changed who he was off the ice or as a teammate in the room, or I don't think he had any changes in his attitude or approach. He was a pro, and he came, and he worked hard. Obviously, trained hard during the summer, and he's playing outstanding for us. And obviously, that's a good sign for us moving forward.
It's clearly trending up these days. Like, how much better do you think he's going to be able to get?
Yeah, I think for him, the sky's the limit. He has the strength, he has the speed and skill, and the brain to do whatever he wants. So I think that I think he'll go as far as he wants to go. And we're very lucky to have a player like that, and he's extremely motivated, and he spends a lot of time in the gym. He works hard. So I'm pumped to watch him over the course of the next however many years, and we're very lucky to have him.
What's it meant that all is so special that guys like you really want to commit to playing the bulk of your prime here?
Well, I think it's a great place to live, and I think it's a great organization. And within the organization, the group of players we have here has become tight, and I think we've created a place where people want to work and play and spend their careers. And there's a lot that goes into that, but the quality of the organization is probably first and foremost. And then from there, it's kind of a trickle-down effect. And, the players and the staff here take a lot of pride in, keeping this a place where people want to play, spend their, to your point, the bulk of their careers. And so, again, that's a great sign for us that Willie made that decision, and we're very lucky to have him.
What does it say about management that they keep, committing to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
And, lack of playoff success.
Mm-hmm.
I know you want more of it.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep, instilling that trust.
Yeah, I think you'll have to ask them. Obviously, there's a pretty intense process that they go through to make those decisions, especially when there's, big dollars at play. But for us, I think it's just more belief. I think as a group, we have confidence and we have that inner belief in our group and our guys and what we want to do. And, we believe that we can accomplish the ultimate goal, but to get that from management obviously feels good, and but in terms of how that process breaks down, you'll have to ask them.
How did you find out the news about it?
It was floating around a little bit, so I don't want to say.
Is dinner on Willie tonight?
Yeah, for the next while, I think.
Can you describe how you felt when you got your deal done mid-season? Like, what does that moment feel like?
It's great. I think you're just very relieved. You're very grateful. You're very happy. It's kind of a load off, and you kind of carry yourself differently after losing that stress. And so for him, I'm looking forward to watching him play the rest of the year.
I think speaks to his belief in the group and the type of player he is, the character that he has, and I think his evolution has been tremendous. So very deserving, and we're all thrilled for him, and obviously thrilled for the organization and the city.
As his friend and teammate, did you ever have any doubts that this wasn't?
No, I didn't have any doubts. I really believed in talking to him, wanting to make things work, and knowing discussions have been going on. Obviously, it's something he talks about openly or publicly, but acknowledge that trying to work through things as summer went on and into the season here, and then just trying to focus on playing, and knowing that stuff was going on in the background, that he trying to work things through with the organization, and finding common ground and getting to a spot to make it work and make it official. So like I said, great to see. Really happy for him, and you know, should obviously be. I don't want to say a sigh of relief, but something you don't have to focus on or knowing that's going on behind the scenes. Just go out there and play, and just go out there and be your best. And I know from him and the way he looks at things is, it's obviously tremendous to get to this point and have that type of commitment and earn that type of contract. But I think it's just the beginning for him, and just continue to evolve and push, and that's what this signifies.
Management has shown a lot of loyalty to the core group of guys on this team. What does it mean as a player to see that loyalty?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the guys that are here that are here long term, and organizations showing that commitment and back from the player is tremendous. I think all of us players know what a special place it is to play. A tremendous organization with an amazing amount of history, and wanting to do something special here. And I think from us as players, and I can speak for myself and other guys, just the work that we try to put in every single day to be at our best and push the group and lead the way, and wanting to have success here. So we continue to try to take steps towards that, grow every single day, learn from the things that don't always go your way or the challenges that you face. And when you have that belief and that commitment is shown, obviously don't take that for granted, and understand the responsibility, and want to have the joy to continue to play and love doing it here. So yeah, I think all the guys definitely appreciate it and know that trying to build something special.
John, from where you sit, what does it say about Willie that he's had the success he has this year with some uncertainty in time?
Sometimes when that stuff's going on, the almost easiest thing to do is to play. It's just what you've done your whole life, what you enjoy doing. You're going out there competing and playing, and the rest will take care of itself. And almost a little bit of a way to, I don't want to say distract yourself, but obviously you just get honed in on playing and competing and focusing on being present and doing what you have to do to help the team, especially the role that he plays for us and difference maker that he is. So yeah, it's tremendous the way he's played this year and how he's continued to get better. Like I've said before, I think he's built the play here, and I still think there's continued more and more room for growth, and I think we've really seen that throughout his time and my time around him, but certainly over these last couple of years, I think has been pretty spectacular the way he's continued to evolve and mature and grow, and I think we know the confidence and belief that he has in himself and the skill set is tremendous. So yeah, I think we're all really happy he's going to be here for a while.
How do you think William? Sorry, How do you think William will just handle the pressure of the big, long-term investment in him and playing in a market like this?
I think he'll handle it just fine. I think we see the way he handles things, and just the continued belief in himself to go out there and be a great player, be a difference maker. I don't know if I've met anyone that quite has the confidence like him, and I mean that in a very positive way. Sometimes a lot of guys aren't always having their best nights or fighting the puck, and as the game wears on, you just don't feel like you have it tonight. I think every time he goes out there, he truly believes that the next play he's going to make is going to be a great one, and always wants the puck on his stick and always wants to be a difference maker, and really a true game breaker in our league. And I think he'll just continue to play, and that's not something that will affect him a whole lot.
When a contract like this is signed, John, by a team, do you ponder your own future at all to look ahead, or does that enter your mind? Or
not necessarily. I mean, everyone's situation is different. I went through it years ago, and when that time comes again for myself, I think you look at your situation and your scenario. And for myself, I think everyone knows that I love to play here, and to be the captain is something really special, and to play with these players and the type of group we have and what we're trying to achieve has been phenomenal. And obviously, I want to be here. So, but it's not something that you go on thinking about. I think you're just happy for someone like Willie. That's obviously a big part of things here. Has grown and matured in so many ways, and continues to be a great player and a leader for us. So, I'm just really happy for him.
What's the banter like? What's the banter like in the lead up to a day like this, in terms of speculation was growing over the past week? And the guys, he has a great sense of humor, but do you want to not say the wrong thing because it's still, it's a negotiation, or do you guys have fun with it?
Oh no, we have a lot of fun with it. It's a good way to try to push it over the line. So, Yeah, we have fun with it. I think, especially the type of guy he is, I think he enjoys it as well. And we've all been, a lot of us been together here for a while. So there's a strong bond and trust amongst each other, and getting to know each other's personalities and the type of people that we are. So definitely a lot of fun to give it to him a little bit. Obviously, it's a great day for him. A lot of hard work has gone into it to get to this point. So, but with saying that, I think it's also, like I said, it's not just you get to a certain point; it's the start of something. So, it's a fun thing to show your support and appreciation, but have a lot of fun with it.
Sheldon, how pleased are you for the team and for William just getting this deal done?
Obviously thrilled. I think Willie's earned it. I think is the first thing. But I think when anytime that a player makes a commitment to the team and the team makes a commitment to a player, I think it's a great thing. In particular, when you have a player of this caliber that has shown that he's just getting better and better.
It's a pretty unique personality. What have you enjoyed most about coaching him?
I guess just the challenge of pushing him and getting him, to reach his potential. Willie, I've coached Willie since I coached Willie at first when he was 19 years old and the Marlies, and my time in the NHL. He's spoken a lot about being a top player in the league and being relied upon in all situations for our team, and that's been his ambition, and I think in some cases his actions or his consistency hasn't met those ambitions, and we've had to push him and work through that, and he has done the work, and I think he's grown a tremendous amount. He showed last season that he was finding greater consistency and maturity in his game, and hasn't looked back from there. He's on another level this season, and to me, the way that he takes care of his body on and off the ice, and the internal motivation that he has, and the drive to help our team win, you're pretty excited to coach this version of Willie that he's evolved into over the years.
What does it say from your standpoint when you've got a guy like Austin and a guy like Willie who had options heading into the final year, and they both decide that here's where they want to continue?
I think it's a great sign, of course, that the guys believe in what's happening. That is part of it for sure. That I think reality is when players of that caliber are reaching free agency status, they're going to have unlimited options that they could entertain, and when they choose to remain here, it shows their belief in what we're doing, the belief in the organization, the belief in the city, and the motivation to win here.
What do you remember most about the 19-year-old Willie?
Well, just the talent level at the AHL level in particular. He was very rare. It's very rare that you get a player of that caliber that plays in the American Hockey League. I think I benefited, and our team at the time benefited from the situation the Leafs were in at that time. I wanted to give him time in the American League. So that was it. You get to know the talent, first of all, but I think you also, from my perspective, you learned that he was a player that was going to need to be pushed, that you're going to have to at times be hard on. At times it wasn't going to go the way that he wanted to, but we've been seeking greater consistency in displaying the talents and abilities that he has, which go beyond point production. I'm talking about competing on the puck and killing plays defensively and all of those sorts of things. And that, to me, is a complete player, and that's what's really sort of taken his game to another level. I think the offensive piece has always been there, but the fact that he's had more of a push shift to shift and game to game to display his abilities, to me, has taken him to another level.
You mentioned pushing him and his evolution. Was there a point where you sort of really noticed that those details were starting to take shape for him and you were seeing that consistency?
Yeah, just through last season. I think the way he started last season in particular, and he had a bit of a dip in the second half, but found his way back and had a terrific playoff for us. But the way he started last season, to me, there was a long period of time where he was really driving our team in so many ways. And then this season's been very similar. But I think last season, how they were, in the first I don't know how many games would be, but a good while to start the season last year, that he was, the consistency and shift to shift, game to game that I'm talking about was very apparent, and really helped our team through some difficult times in the early part of last season, and this season as well. It's been the same.
He's obviously quietly gone about his business. This year we saw the stick taps at the end of practice. Was there a moment behind the scenes for the team to kind of learn the news and share it with him?
Yeah, we chatted about it. You know, we informed the group in our team meeting today and gave guys a chance to acknowledge him and all of that. So that's a great moment. It's always nice to be able to do those things because the players share in it as well. And players are, excited. It's like we talked about, when a player of that magnitude makes a commitment to the organization, it helps the guys in the room feel good too. So, yeah, it was nice to have that, despite the fact it was probably the league's worst kept secret.
What was your approach during this, Sheldon, as far as, you're a coach, you're not a GM, and so you're not part of the negotiations, but you're with the guy every day. I mean, did you check in on William at times, see how he was doing, or do you keep your nose out of it?
Yeah, I stay out of it, especially with a guy like Will, who's thriving. I mean, he's having the type of season he has. At no point was I concerned. Just like coming into the year, I was asked about it, and I thought, of all people, Willie has the type of personality and demeanor that he's focused and he's driven. I've used the term unflappable a lot. I think he just goes out and plays. And that's really what he's done. So at no time did I feel like I needed to bring it up or talk to him about it. We talk often, and it's been, this season in particular, it's been different. The approach has been different because he's been a different player, and it's been a lot more positive reinforcement. And at times, as he often tells me, if he's not playing the way that we expect him to, that he wants to know, he wants to be pushed. But it's a lot easier to kind of snap him back into it and direct him to doing the things that he knows he needs to do. And that's one of the things that as a coach I really appreciate is Willie's very self-aware and wants to be pushed and wants to be coached.
Who's going in net tomorrow?
Jones.
Yeah, it's been a process from the summertime, so it's nice that it's done and know where I'm going to stay for the next 8 years. It's a very special feeling.
Doesn't seem like it was a distraction for you at all, but is it good to get that off your back?
Yeah, I mean, in the back of your head it's there, but I mean, just trying to focus on playing hockey. But it was I think it was a really smooth process from start to finish, and I mean, I let my agent and Tree do the talking, and I mean, they looped me in towards the end.
You could have let this play out. You could have taken a peek on July 1st. What have you come to love about Toronto?
I mean, this has been home for me. This is the longest I've ever spent in one place in my entire life. So, I mean, it was funny the other day. I was talking to a friend. I don't know, and I said, and then we go home too, and referring to Toronto. So, without even thinking about it, I mean, this is home.
Was there ever any moment where you thought you wouldn't re-sign here?
I mean, you have no clue what's going on. I mean, in the summer with I didn't know what was happening with the new management and stuff. What their thoughts were. That might have been maybe the only time. But I mean, for my own choice, I wanted to be here.
How much do you feel you've evolved as a player coming in at 19 and now to be, entering really the prime of your career here?
Yeah, I think it's been a great learning process for me in my career. I mean, starting with the Marlies and ending up the player I am today, and I mean, still working on getting better every day.
What was the banner like with the guys? What were they ribbing you?
For the last couple of days, they were just congrats. Oh, you're welcome. Bert passed me the puck to the last 2 goals last game. He's like, oh, you're welcome. It was some fun stuff. So it was good.
Morgan said you're going to be on the hook for dinner for a while. Is that? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do this by myself. I mean, thanks to teammates and the coaching staff and, I mean, management, everybody that has believed in me, and especially City of Toronto, too. All the fans, the Leafs fans and everything, with all the support.
Confidence
different from the last time you went through this process?
Sorry?
How
How does this feel different from the last time you went through this process?
I mean, this time started the negotiation talks a year prior to, or summer, whatever, prior to my deal expiring. And last time they started, I don't even know when they started before. So, I mean, it was during the season. I mean, had time to spare, so it wasn't to the wire as last time.
Well, the confidence can come and go for players of any caliber, but for you, that doesn't seem to be an issue. What is it, you think, in your mental makeup that allows you to stand there?
I mean, it has happened to me too. It's not like you're always confident, but yeah, I mean, you just try to stay even, whether it goes great or bad. Don't get too high, don't get too low. I think that's important. But there are some stretches. Sometimes that situation happens.
John talked about the bond between the core players on this team. How important is it for management to show that loyalty to the core guys? And I'm talking about the guys that have been here for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge to, I mean, as a player, to feel that they are really investing in the core and betting on us. And I think that we feel the same way. And I mean, that's ultimately why I wanted to stay for 8 years, is I wanted to give it a run to try to win the cup. I mean, that's been my last talks here before I signed, was how important that was to me.
What gives you the most confidence that this group's going to get there?
Well, I know what our group is capable of. I mean, we have some stretches throughout the season that you guys might not think it's, but I know what we're able to do. I mean, last year was a big step in the right direction, and I mean, I know myself and all the other guys in the core. Maybe John's older, but we've all grown.
William, how often were you getting updates from your agents during the first few months of this season?
I don't know. I just told them, like, look, no, just tell me if there's anything like big. I don't remember. I mean, like, I don't need to know on their daily talks what they talk about. But yeah, every once in a while I get an update.
What will you treat yourself to?
Nothing yet. I mean, nothing changes for me.
We'll do one last one.
You're going to be
Just wondering
36.
about having.
You're going to be 36 when this contract is up. Do you ever think about retiring as a Leaf?
Well, that was one of the things, like, you're thinking about going through the process 8 years. Want to achieve something special here, and at that point, I mean, that would be a ultimate dream.